We live. We're live. Hi, what's up? What's up, my people? Yes, it's your girl, Adeola. Yeah, sorry, I'm so excited because, Nigeria now has the largest economy in Africa. Yes, But, what does that mean? I mean, I know that we're now getting close to the G20 and more investors will be attracted to Nigeria. More money will flow into the country. Now I can add to my resume that I'm from Nigeria, the largest economy in Africa. But what does it really mean though? For common people like myself, for minimum wage earners, for unemployed youth in Nigeria, what exactly does this mean for the taxi driver? For the market women. I mean, we've been the second largest economy for years and it did not show up on our plate. But luckily for me, I met Dr. Donyi Okupe, the senior special advisor to Mr. President. I said, voila, my problems are solved today. So I asked him what exactly this means to the common people.
What it means is that it's going to help us to increase the per capita income because foreign investors, global investors are looking for where there's big business.
So you're saying the common people will eventually feel this, but when?
It's not going to be, even now, some of the actions of the government, activities of government is already improving the lives of the common people.
Sorry, sir, you forgot to mention exactly how what the government is doing right now has been helping to improve the lives of the common people.
Yes. I mean, in last year alone, 1.6 million jobs were created. And, this year, between now...
Which area, sir? Like which sector?
In agriculture, in oil and gas, in services.
Hold on, Koledo. I have a problem with the fact that they keep boasting about creating 1.6 million jobs. I mean, if you know that that's just a drop in the ocean, either you create more jobs or you stop boasting about that. For one, we don't even have the record of these 1.6 million jobs that they are claiming that they created. Oh, by the way, I've heard that in Nigeria, they would consider hiring someone from another country before they would hire a Nigerian, even if the Nigerian is more qualified, especially if the other person looks white. In fact, recently the Association of Telecommunications Professionals of Nigeria a press release about this issue. It's very sad because we go abroad and they will consider their own citizens before they consider us, and then we go to our own country and they will consider foreigners before they consider us. Can you imagine? Don't you guys think that it would be smart if we take care of basic amenities first, like our roads and electricity? Why would investors want to rush to a country where electricity is not stable? I mean, why would they want to work in a country where it's dangerous to drive on many roads?
Over 2,000 kilometers of road have been.
Where?
Excuse me.
What about Lagos Ibadan Express Road?
Is it not under construction right now?
It's been for years.
No, it's not been for a year. It was concessioned by another government, but this government removed that concession and put up a new plan, and it's working right now.
When will it be completed?
It's a 48-month contract.
Hold on. 48 months? That's 4 years. Why should it take 4 years to fix 127 kilometers? That is like 78 miles. 4 years? And it's not as if they are just constructing this thing. They are fixing and enhancing it. Yes, they said they would add another lane. Nonetheless, 4 years is too long. That is like fixing only like 1.6 miles every month. Honestly, the fact that people are dying on this road virtually every day means it's a project that should be completed with great alacrity, especially since they told us that they are spending 1.6 billion naira on this road. No, honestly, in the US, road workers would work overnight and do whatever it would take to ensure that the road is in great condition. Within 6 months, that road would have been completed. A mobile telephone network is one of the least reliable in Africa. People have to carry two phone lines, sometimes even 3. Hello, Baba Tope, can you hear me? Hello, there's always service problems. And our internet quality is nothing to write home about. There are so many people in Nigeria right now who cannot watch my show because the internet is bad. It takes forever to load a page, talk less of a video page. No, seriously, if we don't fix our basic amenities and increase the minimum wage, as in increase, you guys know that our minimum wage is 18,000 naira. That is about $2,000 in a whole year. Meanwhile, the minimum wage in somewhere like Qatar is more than $90,000, which is why a lot of people are rushing to go to Qatar. It's not that investors will not come to Nigeria, but if we don't take care of the roads and we don't take care of electricity, if we don't increase the minimum wage and fix our basic amenities, we would never reach our maximum potential. You know, I asked about these things.
What else has this administration done?
Excuse me. Rail system that had been moribund for 20 years, have been comatose, that had never ever worked. This administration has revitalized it. They have revitalized
We
Lagos
see the
Kano.
pictures of the rails, sir. They look like locomotives from 1950.
What does
Second-hand, third-hand brought
forget
from
it.
China.
We are not America.
Why can't we have brand new
You cannot
trains?
have brand new trains because the economy cannot support that.
Seriously, our economy cannot support new trains? Is this about the economy or corruption, Dr. Okupe? If the economy can support one woman spending tens of billions of naira on private jets for her own personal use, yes, the petroleum minister. If the economy can support people stealing billions of naira and getting pardoned by Mr. President. Seriously, if the economy can support the president's foster daughter getting 80 cars on her wedding day. If the economy can support somebody spending $1.6 million on new cars. If the economy can support, the economy has been supporting a lot of corrupt people and we didn't see any problem in that. This same economy supported Femi Otedola and Farouk Lawal. This same economy supported those who embezzled the pension fund. So, Dr. Okupe, with due respect, I don't think that this economy will shake if common people can have access to brand new trains. In case he's watching, thank you very much for your time, Dr. Okupe. Hopefully, we can do this more often. And hopefully, Dr. Okupe can help us, yes, in knowing the whereabouts of Mr. Yusuf Onimisi. Remember, I'm not sure if you guys have been following that news, but Yusuf is the 32-year-old man who tweeted pictures the day that Boko Haram and the SSS clashed near Asurok. Yeah, remember the one I talked about last week? He was the one that was providing us with pictures on Twitter. All of a sudden, nobody had anything from this man since that day. It's been more than 10 days now, my people. And his family members have confirmed that he's been arrested by the SSS because of the pictures that he shared on Twitter. Can you imagine? What message are these people passing across to us, young people? That is what I don't understand. Mr. President, seriously, your administration is seriously pissing off a lot of people right now. Last week, the SSS arrested that famous blogger and activist, Japhet Omojua, him and Uche Briggs. Can you imagine? Now they have arrested Yusuf for taking and tweeting pictures of the battle between soldiers and Boko Haram. Are you going to arrest all of us? Are we back to Abacha's regime? And this same administration wants young people to vote for them in 2015. Oh, you see, that is after you arrest all of us. And I asked Dr. Okupe about, why we should still believe in PDP.
Why should young people believe in PDP anymore?
What else can they believe in? People who have never run government before, people who are not ready for government, who are only desperate, they have no policy, they have nothing. Look, it is better for young people to stick with, the institutions, a party that really is entrenched, that can help them. And, look, whether you like it or not, we've got a new kid on the block, President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan.
It pains me because these people are gambling with our future, the young people of Nigeria. I wonder if they ever think about what we would say about them when they are gone. And in the next 10, 20, 30 years, a lot of these people will be gone, if you know what I mean. But the havoc could really affect the young people that are just coming up. Can you please stop wasting the oil money? What do you want us to do when the oil finishes? What do you want us to do when China is asking for their money? You told them you will be paying it years and years down the road when you will be gone. You think we don't know that you borrowed billions of dollars from China and you're giving us this locomotive train? If any Nigerian official is watching me, can you please stop gambling with our future? Can you please stop borrowing money and squandering it without developing our country? I don't know much. I'm just keeping it real. Moving on to South Africa, President Jacob Zuma is getting married again. Yes, sir! I said yes. I said the president of South Africa is getting married again. Why are you guys not celebrating? Why are you not clapping? Especially you. What? Did somebody just hiss? Hiya! Are you guys tired of him getting married again and again? How many wives does he have now? Yes, Mr. Jacob Zuma, in case you are watching, from the reaction of my audience, it looks like people are no longer impressed with your libido disease. With your libido issues. You not being satisfied with all the women that you already have. now wanting to go for another one. Looks like people are no longer impressed. When do you even have time for national issues? Mr. Zuma, if you have to do with this one, every night, eh? Oh, sorry, he's probably taking turns. This one today, this one tomorrow. What kind of president is this? Marrying women every year. Mr. Zuma. Whereas there are so many corruption cases you're supposed to deal with, you're not dealing with. You yourself, you are involved with so many corruption cases. For example, the money you're spending on building that your huge mansion. Mr. Zuma, why can't you take care of business and stop looking at women? You know, there's a difference between looking at women and looking at women. This man looks at women. He said, disease, oh, I'm telling you. It's a disease. Some of you are laughing. Mr. Zuma, seriously, you should get help if you need help. Every year we have to do another wedding. While we are talking about South Africa, hey, did you guys hear about what is going on? Since the beginning of this month, when they said that Nigeria's economy is likely to surpass that of South Africa, even before they announced that Nigeria's economy has now surpassed that of South Africa, can you guys believe that they've been harassing Nigerians living in South Africa? Hey, yeah, seriously, South Africans, what is your problem? That is what I don't understand. What is your problem? And in Pretoria alone, they vandalized and looted 25 shops owned by Nigerians. They beat so many Nigerians. In fact, 10 of them are still in the hospital. And then they are claiming that Nigerians are selling drugs to South Africans. I'm like, seriously, what an excuse for xenophobia. No, seriously, we already know that South Africa has a reputation for xenophobia. And it's not only Nigerians. They do the same thing to people from Zimbabwe, people from other African countries. I don't understand that. You treat all other Africans as if we are the ones responsible for the apartheid. So please, enough is enough. I'm so upset because even the Nigerian government is not actively involved in this case. Last month, the South African police harassed a Nigerian man and stripped him naked in broad daylight. Now this month, already, just in one city, 10 Nigerians are hospitalized. South Africa, what a shame. We stood by you during the apartheid. We became enemies with your enemies. We got the attention of the whole world until Nelson Mandela was released. It looks to me like your anger had been building up for a long time, and since you couldn't take it out on your oppressors, now you're taking it out on other Africans. No, seriously, that is not how you treat friends, especially friends who stood by you in tough times. Anyway, you guys know I don't know much. Guess what? I'm just keeping it real. So last week, I talked about a Ghanaian guy who got into all the Ivy League schools here in the US, 8 of them. Well, guess what? Now, a Nigerian brother is the one making us all so proud after getting into about 10 schools, including several Ivy League schools. Yes, I'm talking about 17-year-old Akintunde Ahmad, who has 5.0 GPA and scored 2,100 on the SAT. Take a look.
Tunde Ahmed has been accepted to just about every single Ivy League school there is.
He has been a stellar student at Oakland Tech. Today, he's a rock star among his friends. That's because Akintunde Ahmad has been offered a spot at some of the top universities.
So it's Yale, Brown, Columbia.
The acceptance list is too long to include in this broadcast. It was inside the classroom that Tunde began the path to success.
Like my whole life, people have been telling me like to stay on this path and everything will fall. The cards will fall like the way you want them to, so.
He tells us all too often he has been judged and overlooked by his appearance. Not only is he academically smart, he plays 3 instruments and is an outstanding baseball player.
Wow, brother, thank you so much for making us all so proud. We are so proud of you. And again, these people are not saying that the guy is Nigerian. Do I need to lecture you again? If he had done something bad, they would have stated that this father is from Nigeria. And you get what I'm saying? Why now? Why is it that when we do something good, you don't credit that we are from Africa? They're just making me upset. But I won't be upset. Guess what? I'm just keeping it real. Moving on to Zimbabwe. Did you guys hear that the first family ordered the eviction of over 900 families, that is at Mazo Farm in Mashona land, that is in the Central Province, because apparently the Mugabe family wants to build a wildlife sanctuary. I'm like, what? Can you imagine? Policemen with shotguns, batons, and dogs. They started ordering people off of the farm. Many of them are farmers. And they started destroying their homes. And they were doing this just as these farmers were about to start harvesting their crops. That means they took away their food as well as their shelter. Can you imagine what it's like? Over 900 families. You count the father, the mother, the children are now homeless because the first family wants a wildlife. And these people were saying that they voted for Mugabe in the last election. Why is he now evicting them? You know, because they did this before during Operation Murambachina. I don't know if you guys remember. That was when he lost his first election against Shangirai. A lot of people who did not vote for him then, they were all evicted. Yes, so he's doing this again. I think it's very funny because this same Mugabe will be talking about how white people were seizing land and driving out Africans, driving out Zimbabweans. Well, guess what, Mugabe? You're doing the same thing to your own people. If you need land, then provide alternative for the people. Don't just make them homeless. It's very sad that a lot of people still support Mugabe despite him doing things like this. At the age of 90, I honestly don't expect you to turn a blind eye to the suffering of your own people. Seriously, Mugabe, how do you want people to remember you? Anyway, you guys know that I don't know much. Guess what? I'm just keeping it real. Now to my quick update about the ongoing national conference. This week has been very interesting, my people. I wish I can tell you the issues that they've sorted out, but all that I know of are some of the dramas that happened. First of all, there was a big argument about how much it costs to feed the delegates lunch every day. You know, some journalists had reported that it's costing the government about 60,000 naira per plate. Hey, when I saw that, I said, hey, yeah. So, you know, of course, the delegates wanted to make it known that it is not 60,000 naira, it is only 4,000 naira. All of you journalists, why are some of you exaggerating now? Haba. Anyway, my best part of the food drama at the conference was when one man said, even that 4,000 naira food is not that good, that they should go and find another restaurant.
Please, Mr. Chairman, 4,000 naira is more than enough for a plate of food, but we're not having it here. Let us change to a better place. They are not the best restaurants in Abuja here. There are private restaurants that can give us good food for 2,000 naira.
Yes! You know, I agree with that man. They should change to a better place. Why spend 4,000 naira? I'm telling you, even 2,000 is a lot. Those of you that live in Abuja, if they can just go to Mama Yusuf, yes, Mama Yusuf's joint. When you get down by the bridge and you turn to your right and then to your left, Mama Yusuf right there. That woman, she cooks good food. 300 naira, you will get good amala with ogbonna soup for 300 naira. And if you want pepper soup for less than 500, why are they spending even 2,000? And then some people complain about the fact that the DSS, the Security Service Agency, has been arresting and detaining journalists at the conference whenever they take photos that they don't like or they report what they don't like. I'm like, can you imagine? I didn't even know. I had no idea that this has been going on. Mr. President, can you see to it that journalists are able to report without fear of being detained? Seriously, this should not be happening in Nigeria. That is what I call nonsense. You are arresting citizen reporters who tweet photos, and now you are arresting journalists and detaining them. What a shame. And then there was one delegate that cursed out all the corrupt officials in Nigeria. Yes, I like that guy. You know, the guy was from Borno, and he was very angry that their former governor bought 4 private jets, 4, with taxpayers' money. 4, you know, the last one, he said the governor spent about 11 billion naira. Your money, yes. So when he was addressing the floor, he said, hey, he got really upset. He said, all those who stole our money to build mansions, I said, let thunder and fire and earthquake destroy all those houses. Everyone was like, amen, amen. We need more delegates like this, you know. And then the guy said, and for those who stole and took our money abroad, let God touch their hearts, yes, so that they can bring back our money to improve our people's livelihood. Everyone was like, amen, amen, let them bring it back. Father. But you know, the best part of the conference moments this week was when a delegate representing the Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs gave an emotional speech on equal rights of all religious groups in Nigeria. I'm talking about Alhaji Nuruddin Lemu. This man got standing ovation from all the delegates after he gave his speech. He said, "No compulsion in religion. We are all Nigerians. We all belong here and we all have a right to self-determination." He said we should respect that right and love for others that we would like for ourselves. He said the tendency is for us to become spiritually arrogant, to forget that others are people like us, and if we were born in somebody else's situation, you would probably be like somebody else. To be honest, if all Nigerians can have this mindset, we say something, we do another thing, but if really we can have this mindset, it would actually be good. Oh well, that's my update for this week. I believe that next week, they are supposed to create some committees and subcommittees, to discuss serious issues this time. Serious issues, not Mama Yusuf or Open Soup. Yeah, that's what I heard. So let's hope that is actually what happens next week. And guess what? I'm just keeping it real. Well, guys, I'm happy to tell you that I'm gonna be on vacation next week. Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Yes! You guys are not celebrating. Oh, yeah. I'll miss you too. I'll miss you. So I'll be on vacation next week. But guess what? I'll be back in like 2 weeks. 2 weeks, guys. But you guys can always catch me on Twitter, on Facebook. Alright, y'all. It's been real. And I'm keeping it real right up in here. Until next week. Well, until next 2 weeks. I'ma see y'all later. Peace out.
Welcome to Forstview Luxury Hotel. At Forstview Luxury Hotel, we offer excellent service. Our rooms have all the necessary facilities to make your stay comfortable and memorable. You will also have access to internet service, breakfast, 24-hour power supply, full air condition, free international calls, free tire pumping service, and free car battery charge. So what are you waiting for? Quickly visit Forstview Luxury Hotel. We are located at number 1 Adeola Mishile off Raji Rasaki Road, First Estate, Amuwo, Odofin Festac, Lagos. For more information or reservation, please call us on 08075787135 or 08099900601. You can also take advantage of our online ongoing promo at www.forceviewhotel.com to make your reservation and payment for your favorite room, which attracts a discount rate. Please note, rooms are reserved based on first come, first serve. Forstview Luxury Hotel. Experience the home of comfort. They come.